Well, the Aztec men were knocked out earlier in the week in the first four game against the Tar Heels of North Carolina in convincing fashion. On Saturday, it was the women's turn to get shown the door with a 103-48 swamping in Baton Rouge against the Tigers of LSU. Steve Perez with Louis Weiner with another NCAA tournament special edition of Aztecs All In. Lady Aztecs came into this thing riding an 8-game win streak. They were seeded 14th after the automatic bid for winning the Mountain West basketball tournament in epic fashion. They'd come into the game 25-9, but we're facing the highly ranked LSU Tigers, 10th ranked in the nation, number 3 seed, a home game in the Pete Maravich Assembly Center in the aforementioned Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The result, another quick exit by an Aztec hoop squad in the women's version of March Madness, courtesy of a dominating performance by the Tigers. Eh, Louis?
Yes, Steve, this one wasn't really ever a game. It was 6-0 quick, and that was sort of what it looked like the rest of the way. But the Aztecs did get that triple overtime win to get there, which is saying a whole lot. And they got to the tournament, the only Mountain West team to do so, and they ran into a juggernaut. That's a really, really good LSU team.
Yeah, they play a different brand of basketball in the SEC. Let's just get to the recap of the first quarter. Tigers reel off 11 points before the Aztecs can get on the board in this one after 4 turnovers. Nat Martinez with a 3 at the 6.5-minute mark. LSU knocking down threes in this quarter, playing stifling defense. 5 turnovers for the Lady Aztecs in the quarter. Tough interior D by the LSU Tigers. Nothing doing in the paint for the Aztecs. The home team loving their home court. Excellent from downtown. And this one, Lewis, 5 of 7 late in the quarter. The Aztecs on offense, for their part, a lot of one shots and then done getting back on defense. LSU carries the quarter 27-10 on an LSU buzzer beater late in the clock.
Well, Steve, the second quarter starts with an Aztecs turnover. Aztecs had 12 combined in the first and second quarter, with LSU scoring 15 points off those turnovers. Aztecs force LSU to miss 2 shots, but Veronica Sheffy misses a 3 on the other end. After an offensive foul on the Aztecs, they get a steal but can't score. Then a foul is called on Kim Villalobos, her third, so she hits the bench. After LSU scores on back-to-back possessions to make it 36-10, the Aztecs finally get a score from Adriana Cazada. First points for the Aztecs in more than 6 minutes to make it 36-12. She scores again to make it 36-14, but the Tigers, they're just too tough to stop. They go on a 12-2 run with scores from Miracle Shepard, Falaje Johnson, and Shepard again. Then back-to-back buckets from Anissa Morrow makes it 48-16 LSU. The half comes to a merciful end with LSU up 49-20, shooting 59% and 6 of 10 from 3. Aztec, Steve, shooting just 35% for the half.
But, you're only down by 29 coming out of the intermission, right?
Yeah.
The Aztecs,
you still got a chance, fighter's chance, right?
Of course, man. They were just one of 21 D1 schools that did not lose any players to the transfer portal in the offseason. And stranger things have happened, right?
Yeah, I want to know. Let's hear how the third quarter
You got to do better than 2 of 10 from three-point range and getting out-rebounded 25-12. That was the advantage for LSU to that point. So the Aztecs needed a lot of points and a lot of stops in the third to get back in it. They got neither. Kim Villalobos had a chance to get things going with the layup. She misses. It was that kind of night. Falaje Johnson first on the board with the jumper. Callie Clark, Callie Clark, the fifth-year senior transfer from Colorado State, was coming off a stellar performance against Allison Fertig of Wyoming in that epic triple OT game in the Mountain West Championship, where she had 17 rebounds, 6 steals in that game. Well, she had 3 rebounds at the half and 0 in Q3. Adriana Casada, 6 at the half, shut down in the third. Low light for the Aztecs at the 6-minute mark. Jaslyn Green on national TV, limping off with her 5 points. She gets back in the game, real gamer. But for LSU, they have a gamer of their own. Falaje Johnson closing the quarter with a steal and a fast break score, leading all scorers to this point with 17, making the score 73-36 to that point. So the Aztecs actually lost ground in the quarter, Lewis. Take us home.
Yeah, Steve, Aztecs playing for pride now as the fourth quarter gets underway, down 37. The final quarter of college basketball for Kim Villalobos and Adriana Cazada, a fifth and sixth-year senior. Villalobos fouled out halfway through the quarter after playing 154 games as an Aztec. She finished with 4 points. Cazada ended with 8. She was actually the high scorer for the Aztecs. LSU just pouring it on, driving to the basket relentlessly and scoring. Aztecs just cold all game from the outside. They finished just 3 of 22 from three-point range. No Aztecs in double figures tonight. They shot just 32% for the game. LSU shot 50%, 10 of 18 from 3. Aztecs with 19 turnovers. Falaje Johnson led LSU with 22 points. More than half of LSU's points, Steve, came off of their bench. Final 103-48. Aztecs finished the season 25-10, a successful season in Stacey Terry Hudson's 12th year as head coach of San Diego State.
So the LSU Tigers will go on to face Florida State Monday night. The 3-seed LSU against the 6-seed Florida State for the Aztecs. A cross-country flight home. But the ESPN commentators noted they get to go to San Diego. That's the consolation. They will close the season, as you said, with that 25-10 overall record. Man, they play a different brand of basketball in the SEC, Lewis. Bigger, longer, more athletic players. 2 6'7" players. Physical play. Defense that kept the Aztec scores under wraps most of the night. Veronica Sheffy had been averaging 11 on the season, held to 6. And yes, of course, got to mention Kim Villalobos again. Her final game in an Aztecs career, finished with those 4 points and had come into that game averaging 10 over the last 10 games. No matter how you look at the box score or how they played on the telecast tonight by ESPN, and it got started a weird thing out. You tuned in to ESPN, if I may digress a little bit, expecting to see women's basketball game, and you see these 2 giant men in tights.
College wrestling, yes. With President Trump in the stands there.
Well, I guess that's why they had to keep that there and bump the game to ESPN News. But I guess that's just adds up to a night of domination at the hands of LSU for the Aztecs.
Yeah, I do want to point out Jaslyn Green. She had a good game. She scored 7 points, Steve. She was 3 of 3 on the night. She did get called late in the game on an intentional foul. Looked like she elbowed one of the players, and then she sat on the bench. I don't think she came back in, but she had a pretty good game overall. But the Aztecs, as we've been saying, just really not the horses to keep up with this team.
No
horses to keep up with the Tigers, right?
Well, speaking of Tigers, did you know that the LSU Tigers have a real, live, actual mascot, a live Bengal tiger, Mike the Tiger? Mike the Tiger is the graphic image of all LSU athletics. He splits his time between Tiger Stadium and Pete Maravich Assembly Center. They actually spent $3.7 million in 2005 for a 15,000 square foot environment for the reign of Mike V. Gets his own little plants, live oak tree, waterfall, stream, and probably cheerleaders coming in every now and then to wave palm fronds over his regal head. What do the Aztecs have as a mascot? We don't have a mascot. We got a logo and a spear.
Credit you for doing your LSU Tiger research for this one.
Tiger, spear. Normally the spear wins, but if the tiger gets a jump on you and they're a real live tiger, well, heck, it's no contest.
Yeah. This will wrap up, Steve, the basketball portion of the Aztec sports schedule this year, right? 2 NCAA tournament appearances, success, 2 poor NCAA performances. Not great, but the Aztecs did get there. We should point out Nick Boyd announced that he is entering the transfer portal after committing to the Aztecs for 2 years and saying at the post-game press conference after the loss to North Carolina, we'll be back. Well, no, we won't, apparently.
I don't know who you're talking about. No longer an Aztec. Can't remember his name.
Yeah. All righty. Well, with that, let's wrap this puppy up. Thank you for listening to this special edition of Aztecs All In. Please follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. You can also drop us a line, aztecsallin@gmail.com, or follow us on the X, Aztecs_all_in. You can also catch the video version of this podcast on the Channel 8 Plus app, which you can get on Roku or Fire Stick, wherever you get your favorite Roku apps, I suppose. But
oh yeah, is there going to be that one last little homage to the seniors?
Yes, that would be coming
Graduating
up
for the
on
Aztecs
the next
men's
edition.
basketball team?
Yeah, that'll be coming at the next edition, coming up on Monday.
God, I wonder who did that.
I don't know. We'll have to find out. I think it was
Right,
you.
tune in and find out. Because you won't know by reading the log line. And it certainly will be mentioned at the outset. Not that there's anything wrong with that or it doesn't bother anyone involved.
Okay. Well, for Steve Perez, I'm Louis Weiner. Until next time, for Aztecs All In, take care.